Okay. Well, okay, so we're going to take a look at turning in assignments in two different ways for our class on Schoology. So to start, I'm going to open up Unit 1, and let's take a look at this assignment. Okay, so this is, for example, my extreme angle self-portrait. So this is how I would go in and submit that assignment. It's going to be like this for most projects this semester in your class. There's some assignments we submit them as discussions, and we just submit them as discussions because then we can actually have a critique inside of the discussion format. So I'll show you one of those in just a moment. But this one is one where you'll click over here on submit assignment. Okay. And it's going to ask you to upload your file. So let's say you've been editing your extreme angle, you saved it locally on the computer in your Photo One folder. So you need to browse the computer to find that file. All right. So to do that, you're going to click here on this button, which is File Browser, and it's going to let you search your computer for your files. So for this assignment, I saved it in my desktop. I have on my desktop my Photo One folder. And inside of my Photo One folder, I've got my extreme angle. And then I can come in here and I can find the image that represents the extreme angle. Click open. And it just takes a minute to upload and attach, and it doesn't give you a preview. So you just have to kind of say like, all right, I hope it worked. So I'll click submit. All right. So you'll see that it was submitted. It'll tell you whether or not it was on time, and you can actually go in here and take a look at it and just confirm. You should always confirm that it did actually upload and you can see it. So just take a quick look at that for me, please, and then you're good to go on submitting an image that way. Okay, so next, the other ways that we may be submitting things this semester. Let's take a look at the camera lab. So that's the one we started this week. All right. I'm going to come down here to the camera lab. All right. So you guys were asked to click on that assignment and then make a copy of that lab to start editing. Okay. So this is my lab, and currently this is going to be inside of my Google Drive. And if you want to be really organized with your Google Drive, you can make sure you put this lab, just click that little folder with the arrow here for moving it around. Click that and go ahead and put it in your drive, and then you can put it in your, sorry, that was just suggestions. I want to make sure I'm putting in the right one. And then from there, you can put it in your Photo One folder. And again, if you're really, really organized, you can put it in your inside your Photo One folder. You can make a separate folder for the lab. You don't have to do that. Okay, so it's in my drive. It's in my Photo One folder. I know where it's located, and it's called Copy of Photo Lab. So I'm ready. Let's say I filled it out. I'm done. I've got my name on it. I've got my teammate's name on it, and I'm ready to turn it in. So this time I'm turning it in from Google Drive, not from a file stored locally on my computer. So we're going to click on Submit Assignment. And this is the way I want you to submit anything that comes from Google Drive. So that can be Google slide presentations, Google Docs. This is how to do it. So this time, instead of clicking here, I'm going to click on Resources. And I'm going to scroll over, and let's just move that out of the way. I have to come over here and click on apps. All right. And then it's going to let me connect. So I'm going to click on my account, select file, and then I'm going to go, and it's nice because it actually popped up under recent. If for some reason you don't see it under the most recent files, for searching your Google Drive, click on My Drive, click on your Photo One folder, and find it. It really helps to stay organized in this class. So there it is. I'm going to click Add, and clicking Attach will initiate the download. Okay, good. Great. So that is now also submitted. Always makes sense to click on it and just take a quick look at it. Make sure it's the correct file. Make sure that it's filled out and it has your group members' names and it has your pictures in it and all of that. All right? Okay, good. So that's the second way that we will submit things in here. And the third way, I'm just going to pop back out, and I'm actually going to access an assignment right now that we do a critique for. Where is it? There we go. All right. So in Unit 5, we have a critique. It says here, macro photography project critique. And so this is where you would turn in your photos for that assignment. So you're going to click on that, and you'll notice below the instructions that the way to turn this in is by adding a comment to the discussion. So let's pretend that we're going to fill this out. So I'm going to type up my artist statement, and then I am going to attach an image from my shoot that I edited, that I have saved locally on my computer right here to my post. Okay, so I'd go back to my Photo One folder. At this point in the semester, I would find my macro photography images, and then I would go and click on the macro photo that I edited, click open, and then click post. And once again, this is one of those situations where it won't preview the image for you until you click post, but with a discussion, you can always click on the settings wheel here, and you can go back in and edit your post, and you can adjust the image, etc., and do whatever you need for that. And then when you click on the image, it's actually able to be viewed up close for when we have our critique. All right, so those are the main ways that we will be turning in assignments for this semester.